It's going to take 3 episodes for everybody to be appointment viewing with Game of Thrones. So some people are going to stream the first one like a couple days after, like you guys did. Second one, even more people are going to be on it.
Yeah.
Third one, I think most are going to be watching it. By that 4th episode, go.
Bro, did you see this picture or this video on Instagram?
Amazing.
It's the guy filming an apartment building from the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And
So sick.
all the lights are flashing inside the apartments all at the same time, all watching Game of Thrones.
Fire.
It's unbelievable.
crazy.
Appointment television back. I think by episode 4, that 10 million number you were seeing,
Yeah.
which was like total watched live and streamed and all that other shit. I think you're seeing that. It's a little tricky because
If it stays good.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's if it stays good. But I'm also going to disagree with myself is because people on the West Coast, they might still watch it at 9 their time.
No.
They
be
watch
watching
it
it.
at
Yeah,
6?
they be watching it with us.
Fire,
Yeah.
bruh. I
watch it.
love that.
Yeah, I
I
remember
love
that.
going on Twitter and seeing
They don't
people
wanna,
see things.
Yeah, they don't want to see all the spoilers and shit like that. So yeah,
Yes,
they watch
I
it with
think
us.
I'm just stoked, and I think we need to be so fucking grateful. I know I'm like dick riding, but I want a dick ride right now. The expectation for that show to be good was so high. I mean, it's following one of the greatest shows ever. I know the last few seasons didn't live up to our expectations, but it was still, we all agree, one of the greatest shows ever, right? So we're comparing it to the entirety of one of the greatest shows ever. And that first episode was built to fail. And the fact that there isn't even that much criticism about it means that it was a massive success.
Who is doing this one?
Phenomenal.
Different.
It has to be different
EPs,
showrunners,
but
but
they have what's his face involved in this.
George R. R. Martin.
George is still involved. Yeah.
Okay.
So different showrunners. George still involved, and I just thought that they fucking killed it, man.
did.
Like
They did. It was amazing.
What did you guys think?
Like,
I know Akash hasn't seen it, but I think everybody else here has seen it. Val, have you seen it? Yeah. Okay.
I did fall asleep the last 10 minutes, but I thought it was like, my only issue is I feel like it was kind
So
of
save it. Save it to when you finish the show. Like go Al.
I fell asleep. I was so tired.
Unbelievable.
Why did you say the show sucked?
Unbelievable.
You'd have been out.
The guy can read 14 Wikipedia pages until 7 in the morning about the most boring shit ever. He can't watch one of the greatest shows that's ever happened. Go.
I absolutely loved it because it didn't feel like they were just trying to copy the previous shit. They're like, hey, we're gonna even start it different, where it's like we're just gonna give you words to catch you up to speed to the time in which this is about to take
that was
place.
cool.
Like I love that. It's like, yo, we're gonna do shit different, and it doesn't feel like they're just trying to copy all the characters from last thing.
I was a
'Cause it's
little
like,
concerned about that.
I think that's would have been the easier way to go. It's like, hey, we
Make
have
a new
something
Jamie.
that works.
Make
so
a new
let me-
with
yeah, exactly.
Arya. Make a new.
And it, so far, it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
Like there's some similarities, but it doesn't feel like it's like just straight. I don't see what's the little imp nigga. Sorry, I watched 8 seasons of that shit. I still don't know names. This one is gonna take me 3 seasons before I know like one.
Yeah, I
name.
don't know any of the names.
Yeah, but like I didn't see that character, and everybody loved that character. I would have think they would have tried to recreate him from the get go.
I did not think HBO would do that just because it's HBO. So they know.
Yeah, but the pressure for them.
I'm just kind of sipping on it. Why, you want it?
Yeah, he wants it, man.
Go in.
Piece of shit.
What did he do?
I fell asleep.
He fell asleep the
10
last
minutes.
fucking 10 minutes
Come
of
on,
the thing,
dude.
and
I
then told
love
us right before we started the pod. Yeah, everybody's seen it. Let you get bullied by everybody. Sat there.
I didn't see it, okay? That's why.
He thought he was
176
safe
years
too.
ago.
He thought he was safe after Akash didn't see. He was like, "Yes, I'm good." You know?
Because he could have just been like, it sucked. I didn't even make it through. I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Nah, but
That
he
would've
knew
been
it. He knew that
It
shit was
didn't
fire.
suck, though. It didn't suck.
Okay.
It wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Ready? Positive. We're gonna go positive.
Yes, positive, yes.
Yeah, we have to start positive.
Could this
Okay?
save
Yeah, yeah.
HBO?
Say again?
Could this save HBO?
What are you talking
Son, they had to cut. Their budget was shit. They had to cut the Batgirl that they spent like however many $50 million on, whatever the fuck.
90.
They were cutting 90. They were cutting mad programming.
HBO fine, son.
They also
HBO is dead.
No. What they did is they cut HBO Max shows, specifically HBO Max shows.
Okay.
So I think that they were producing a lot of content for HBO Max.
But I think that's all that it is now. I think
they're
it just
going to
merged into one
and
thing.
I think they were purchased by Discovery.
yeah.
So
No shit.
yeah, but I know that sounds weird because we're like Discovery was like the tiny little
Yeah.
channel, but I think Discovery is part of a bigger
Owned
thing.
by some
and-
conglomerate. It's always funny how that works.
No,
No,
Disney's
Disney.
separate. But
They will though, probably.
But what I appreciate about HBO is they cut a pilot episode that they put crazy money in for a Game of Thrones spinoff. Yo, Batgirl was trash, bruh.
Yeah.
Like this little bat bitch on Instagram crying about it.
Why
It's
was
like,
it trash? You
yo,
didn't see
your
it?
movie doo-doo is trash because HBO only puts out the godliest shit. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know they cut this. I
HBO doesn't have a problem putting out female-led shows. Big Little Lies, all
Every
female.
show's female-led.
The woman Nicole Kidman, the other one, The Undoing or whatever, that was her as the main character, female-led show, female-driven. They don't have a problem with that, so you can't.
There's nothing to do with
hide behind that.
female-driven. They wanted that. They're dying for it. It was a black female-driven show.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like she wasn't Batgirl. She wasn't Batgirl, but she had like superpowers.
No, it's Batgirl. Literally, Batgirl.
They have another show. It's
Remember
a
when
black
you were laughing
girl.
at me earlier and you don't know dog shit about dog shit?
All right, guys, we need to take a break from this exclusive Patreon clip because I got to tell you all about Incogni, okay? Thousands of companies are collecting, aggregating, and trading your personal data without you knowing anything about it, and that's messed up, okay? You got the right to request data brokers to delete what information they have about you and protect your privacy. The bad news is it would take you years to do it manually. Literally years. But the good thing is Incogni can do that messy work for you automatically. Incogni helps you protect your privacy and take your personal data off the market by reaching out to data brokers on your behalf, requesting your personal data removal, and dealing with their objections. Think about the things that are up on the internet of you. Yes, your full name, email, home address, shopping habits, your social security number could be up there on the internet, okay? You subscribe to a free newsletter shortly after you're going to be receiving all this spam from unknown senders, right? You don't have to have that happen. Incogni can wipe your data from the internet so these people that are getting you to sign up for these free newsletters can't share or even sell your data to all these other people. I mean, it's not only them. Maybe someone found out your home address, phone number, and personal information about you and your relatives. You could have all that stuff wiped from the internet so it's not shared by everybody. And right now, the first 100 people to use the code SCHULZ, S-C-H-U-L-Z, at the link below are going to get 20% off Incogni. Protect your privacy today. Go to incogni.com/Schultz. That's S-C-H-U-L-Z. Use the code Schultz, S-C-H-U-L-Z, to take your personal data off the market. Now let's get back to this exclusive Patreon clip. Join the asshole army right now at patreon.com/flagrant. All right, so back to the Game of Thrones episode. One, I'm so impressed with the execution. Execution is the hardest thing in the world. Like, everybody got ideas, fewer people got really good ideas, and fewer people can execute them, and they executed the fuck out of that bitch. Like, that was, that was excellent. Like, all the actors are interesting. Like, I'm still waiting for who the person is I really want to follow. We were talking about this a little bit the other day, which is like for example, season 2 of Game of Thrones, I was fascinated by Tyrion. Season 1, I think it was obviously Ned Stark. Yeah. And it's like, but season 2, I'm like, yo, Tyrion, whatever he says is brilliant. However he acts is brilliant. Every scene was brilliant. Yes, that is as out. Like, so I'm still waiting for who that person is here. I'll tell you one thing that they did in the first episode that I absolutely fucking loved. Well, 2 things. There's the Hand of the King, the character.
Otto Hightower.
Otto Hightower.
Otto? The fuck is that? Otto Hightower? Is he a black mechanic? Otto Hightower?
Otto Hightower. So you think that this guy's kind of like a good guy, nerd, maybe like sweet. He's kind of looking out for the king. And after the king loses his wife and his daughter, and his son to be, he sends, his daughter comes to his room. His daughter's like helping out the princess. His daughter comes to his room, and he basically sends his daughter to go fuck the king.
Pimp that bitch.
And he goes, put on something nice, like something your mother would have wore. So it goes from this very innocent character who he thinks like a good, sweet hand to someone who's like willing to potentially manipulate the king and using his own daughter's pussy to do it. And up until that point, the episode didn't have like real Game of Thrones teeth. Remember, Game of Thrones would kill off a character you loved, like
shove a kid off the top of a castle in the first episode. Yeah, it was
and
crazy.
and like fuck with your emotions with characters. Like, they made Jamie the most hateable person. Then all of a sudden you started liking Jamie, and in like every single fucking episode you were like, "What are you doing to me, man?"
Yeah.
And that made me feel like, okay, you still got it. Yeah. You're willing to make me hate someone that I potentially like. So there was that scene that I fucking loved, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be a roller coaster. The other scene I thought was great was The Damon character goes
Which
in.
one's Damon? Which one's Damon? Which one's Damon?
The blonde
brother.
dude.
The brother.
Who's
He's
going to
like
be
sitting on the
beefing with
throne.
Shorty,
Princess.
right? The, yeah.
Or Princess.
So he goes in and he goes, he's basically going, he's speaking to his, I guess, uncle, or who is Viserys to him?
Brother.
Oh, that's his brother.
yeah, brother.
So he's speaking to his brother and he basically goes, you're weak and all these people around you are leeches, right? And in that, and then his brother banishes him. In that moment, you're like, this guy's a fucking hothead. He can't do shit.
In that moment, he was the most trustworthy motherfucker, bro.
And then what happens? That guy, Otto Hightower, sends his daughter to go fuck the king.
But it's also Damon's fault that Otto Hightower did that. Damon made fun of his dead wife at the council meeting, and no one did anything. Viserys didn't do anything. He said, he likes to egg you on. Why do you let him do that? Then Damon fought Otto Hightower's son and threw the lance at the ground and tossed his kid off the thing.
Yeah.
And then Damon asked for Alicent, his daughter's favor, to win the whole thing. So it's like, he didn't do it directly, but Damon also was fucking with Otto Hightower the whole time, and Viserys wasn't really doing anything to like stop him. So Otto's like, "Oh, you don't have my best interest in me. Like you're not protecting me from your derelict brother."
Right. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying with that.
Okay.
But this scene specifically, when Otto Hightower did that, because he's not sending his daughter to fuck the king to spite Damon.
Yeah.
Like it's still your daughter.
Yeah, of course.
Right. But when he did that, everything I thought about Damon flipped.
Yep.
And that is genius
Yep.
filmmaking.
Yeah.
When you take a character who looks like an asshole, a cocky piece of shit, who looks like he's going around town, he makes basically the king's guard. He makes
City
them
Watch.
The what is it called?
City Watch, go kill everybody.
City Watch. He makes them go kill everybody in like a Hammurabi's code way. Like if you steal, cut off your arm, like a
They cut off
gnarly
the
way.
dude's dick and shit.
Chops a dude's balls off because he was a rapist.
Rapist, yeah.
Yeah. But like,
I love that.
like fire, but you make him look like this guy who's being completely unreasonable, irrational. And then in one moment, he calls out, he goes, all these people around you are leeches and you're too weak to recognize it. Kicks him out. And then the next scene, one of the fucking people you thought was sweet, the kind guy, the nice guy, the reasonable guy, sends his own daughter to fuck the king. You're like, oh shit. Is he right?
Yeah.
Is this what leading needs? And I'm like, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
One scene completely flips every character.
Yeah.
And what you thought of every character, I'm like, these guys are on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are fucking on it, bro.
Did you notice how he was hiding while they were doing the little board meeting?
Oh, he was right outside the door.
Yeah. And he misses a lot of those meetings, and I'm wondering if he's actually there, but no
The
one
whole
knows.
time.
But no one knows.
Yeah.
And he tells his daughter, be like, hey, step up for your dad. He just lost your mom and your brother. Go tell your dragon to do that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought it was fucking excellent. I thought, and my wife had an interesting thing to say about it. She's like, I want to see some progress. I go, what do you mean? She goes, this is 100, or the opposite of progress. Like, she's like, this is 174 years before we saw Game of Thrones. Why are they wearing the same shit? Like, fashion changes, like, times make people evolve, etc. And I tried to have an argument against it.
It's a
Such
big
a
ask
girl
for a
thing.
TV show.
Yeah,
Frank.
such a girl thing.
What's that?
It's just such a girl thing to pay attention to. Like, it's some old shit.
the
They are wearing
fashion.
old shit.
I hear you. It's like the medieval times, it was the same for 1,000 years or whatever. Like, that's kind of what I said.
And that's
to
what the
it.
time period is based off of, is the medieval times.
Yeah.
They can't go through and study each like, when they study American history in 250 years or whatever, they're not going to be like, oh, the 90s was this versus the 2000s was this versus the 80s
Yo,
was
I
this.
wonder.
What if the differences are so subtle you don't even notice?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if, like, you know how, actually, now this is a much larger discussion. Like, if progress is happening at an exponential rate now, like, could you even have a show which was called Look at the 90s, or, you know, VH1's What's Up with the 90s, whatever that show was? Like, now you got to be like, what's up with 2020?
Yeah.
Because 2021 is
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
TikTok comes around and changes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then maybe if you like zoom out and you look at this time period, and then like if you look at this time period 50 years from now, maybe the decade will kind of look similar.
Yeah, or 500 years from now, you're just gonna have a macroscopic view of like, oh, they wore jeans and t-shirts, different bagginess, different whatever.
They had
but it's
social
jeans
media.
and t-shirts. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
the same fashion essentially.
All right, fair enough.
Sometimes you have a rip in the jeans. Sometimes the shoe is it's shoes.
Yeah.
and jeans and a t-shirt.
All right. So, other thoughts. Anything else that was interesting that you thought?
I thought the CGI was way better than Game of Thrones.
I've heard mixed reviews on the CGI.
It's like the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, it like you can see the dragon kind of look a little like cartoonish at times. And like this shit look legit.
You know, one thing I thought that was really smart what they did is there was faraway shots in the clouds with CGI. So one thing they used to do in movies to like make it easier to blow things up is just include fire. Just make
Or make all scenes like super dark.
or dark.
I
Exactly.
noticed that with Stranger Things. Stranger Things is shot incredibly dark.
And
So
then
that way all that CGI shit is like, you don't gotta put that much effort into it.
Exactly,
It's
it's
all
fucking
the,
dark.
the audio that does it for you.
Exactly. And I think that with this, the budget's obviously going to be less than Game of Thrones, at least in the beginning, because they don't know how successful it's going to be, right? Season 6, you could do a $10 million 30-second scene or whatever they did for that fight. Remember the Battle of the Bastards? It was $10 million for one episode or something crazy. But I think it's smart to, at least in the beginning scene when she's flying on the dragon.
Put that money in it. Like, get us.
But she's far away. She's tiny, and there's cloud cover everywhere. So you don't really see the details of the dragon.
Yeah, but I mean, like, when he was, like, walking up to the dragon and, like, touching it and then had his girl, like, touch it too and shit like that. You remember?
At the
The
end,
blonde hair dude.
Damon and Miseria. At the end,
Did you
when
fall
he's being
asleep too?
banished.
When they're flying away, when they're banished.
They're about to be banished, and so he brings her, they walk up to the dragon, and he's just, like, feeling the dragon. Like, that shit just looks so real to me. I don't know.
But was it just the neck?
Yeah. But I mean, yeah.
You don't even need CGI.
That's-
You literally just make a neck and then just shoot the neck.
True.
That-
Can
you
I
know-
ask- can I ask
Go.
you a question?
Yeah.
I've noticed anytime I look at CGI, it looks real when I see it. And then in 5-10 years, everything progresses so fast. I go back and look at it. I'm like, this looked terrible.
Ah, yeah, like
What the fuck
Jurassic
was I
Park looked
thinking?
like the
yeah.
most realistic thing
Holy
ever.
shit, what is that? Then
What's
you go
that
back and
law
watch it,
called?
I'm like,
What's that law called? That
the
technology.
Gay law.
Is that a law?
It needs to be.
Go, Miles.
There's a law that technology advances 2 times faster every
Oh, yeah.
single year. So CGI from 2 years ago looks incredibly different than what you're used to.
Yeah.
You rewatch like the first Toy Story and you were like, that's the coolest shit in the world. And then you rewatch it and you're like,
You
that
go
was
back and watch
bad.
Toy Story again. That shit look fire. The new Jurassic Park looks like trash.
Oh, all the new Jurassic Worlds are awful.
I mean, they're bad movies.
No, but I mean the CGI in it. Like
Wait,
you can
really?
tell they did not
Well,
put
think
a lot
about
of money
Jurassic
into that
Park,
shit.
right? When do you see the T-Rex?
Rain, dark.
Rain, night, dark, barely seeing it.
But this
It's a Stranger
latest
Things
one-
thing you were saying.
Yeah, but this latest one is like it's dinosaurs all throughout the shit. It's not like the other ones where it's just like it's a whole build up, and then you see dinosaurs all throughout
that's
the
where they
shit.
fucked up.
And that shit looks super cheap.
It's like the Jaws shit. We like not seeing it.
Yeah.
You know why Stephen King did that, or Steven Spielberg did that? No, he went to a screening and he saw like how fake the shark looked. He was like, "This looks so fucking bad. Oh my god, this is gonna ruin the entire movie." And that's when he was like, "Let's just have the fin," and the whole thing is a suspense of.
Oh wait, I thought they didn't film it yet. I thought it was that he looked at what it could look like, and then he was like, "Nah, let's just not include it."
Oh, I thought he went to a screening. Maybe I'm. Wrong.
Oh wow.
I thought he went to a screening and he was like, "This sucks."
Oh.
I mean, I thought the screening was in Dallas, and that's how I heard
That
about
story,
it.
I
But
don't-
I could be getting stories conflated.
Oh, I thought it was like he looked at what the shark would look like, and it was fake. But maybe you're right. But
By
still,
the way, yeah,
great
just-
choice.
yeah.
Don't show it to us.
Yeah.
Let it be scary, but we don't see it.
So in Jurassic Park, the water's shaking. Boom. You don't see the dinosaur. You just see the water. Fucking. You're like, "Whoa, shit!"
You
what's
see the
coming?
sheep get eaten. It goes into the woods and the sheep comes back
And
dead.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could do that with the dragons. Like, I don't think you need to show us the dragons that much in this. Like, it's cool that we see it, that we know they're there. But once we know they're there, we ain't got to see them that much.